Hello everybody. I am in the middle of installing this entire wiring harness in this truck from the bumper to bumper. And I'm going to show you a few things that I'm doing different. I do not want a whole bulk of wire hanging behind the truck. I'm just going to do a clean install. As you can see already, the wire is tucked between the firewall. You cannot see any mess hanging out here. It's right there in the channel. And this is what's going to be wrapped in. I already got the headlight plugs done. When it comes to turn signals, the harness company gives you these plugs right here. And then they'll give you this setup to crush two of the connectors together, two of the wires together, and heat shrink them. Problem with this is, if you ever decide to work on the front end of the car, you have to disconnect every single wire to get it out of the way. What I'm doing is I'm creating a unplug, disconnectable wire harness system that can completely disconnect from the body and the front grille. All you need to do is unplug from this main harness, which is right here, and unplug there, and the whole harness separates. You can easily remove everything while wire behind here is connected. That's the plan behind it. So what we're doing is we're going to take these plugs, and we bought this kit here. Since we need 3 wires here, there's a ground, there's turn signal, and there's a park light. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the plug with 3 wires here. There's a male and female plug. This is a clean install. Then you will get these pins. These are male and female pins to install in here. After that, you're going to need a wedge that will secure the wire pins and prevent it from popping out. You should have a green one and black and the orange one to lock it in. Now, this kit does come with the tool, okay? And this bottom one you can turn like clockwise or counterclockwise to adjust how high this needs to go. You drop it in here like this. So as you can see, this one has it's a little bit lower, so you can turn to raise it or counterclockwise to drop it. You notice that? So what we do here is we basically drop this in, feel it, crimp the wire, and push it into this. So what we're going to do is get our wire ready, and then you're just going to slide it into the pin, and you're just going to squeeze this guy. There you go. And there we are. So here's the best thing about this little tool and the pins. See how it crushes it from all 4 corners? It's not from 2. And that's the best thing for the connection. So what I've done so far is I've took all my wires and I have gotten them ready. Make sure you cut the wires at the same length to have them even size, even height, and that will help you do a perfect install. So once you have this 2 section ready, right, male and females, we're going to go back to our plugs. You're going to take male and female plug and start preparing to insert the pins. Now, one thing is very important. What you need to do, make sure, is you have the proper wedge logs for the proper side of connectors, right? So this is a male plug, and it will have the orange wedge lock in it. This is a female plug. This will have a green wedge lock in it to hold the stuff in place. Now, when it comes to inserting your pins, I know it's confusing because there are no instructions. All the male pins are going to go into female plug, and all the female pins are going to go into male plug. Now it's time to insert the other side pins, which is the actual female side. So what we're going to do, take your plug right here. Now you have to make sure you insert the right wire for the right signal. So I have a park signal. You're just going to push the wire in through this plastic. Don't take that plastic out. Push it in and wait for the click. There you go. That's connected. My other side is ground, which is right here. Let's take the ground, shove it in. Wait for the click. Perfect. And the other wire is for the signal, turn signal. There we are. All right. This is how your plug should look like once completed. Just take a needle nose plier and push that in place. That's how it should look like once you're done. You see the center part is a little raised. That's a guide for the other plug. So we're not gonna mess with that. Same with this guy here. We don't need a nose plier for this. I'm just gonna show you how to do this one here. You take this plug and you twist it around like that and push it in. There you go. And that's it. Your plug is ready. Now, if you don't have this and you plug it in, you have a chance of those pins twisting and bending, and also this rubber seal, waterproof seal, actually breaks. So these plugs are pretty good to use in marine and any other cases, even in the truck, because this front of the truck is not really well sealed. You're gonna have a lot of water running back. So I like this plug because it's also water sealed, watertight. So here's my other plug. Let's go plug this in. Perfect. You see how beautiful this looks? Now I'm just going to use the same wire loom and secure the wires here and secure the wires here and put them back behind the truck, and then start on the other side. So this little work does take time. It's not something you can just cut, splice, tape, and be done with it. Right? This takes time because you want to do a clean job. If someone is in a rush and they are asking you to do the job fast, well, let them know the difference between fast job and difference between job that actually does take time and you do stuff right. I could just splice this the way the harness, the factory or the aftermarket harness people gave me this stuff. Splice it, heat shrink it, and call it a day. But then it defeats the purpose of having the customer, giving the customer the ability to disconnect this and service the front end. The headlight section is already unpluggable, so we don't have to worry about it. Only this side does. Now, the other section of the headlight harness that's going to go right here to the passenger side, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right here and add another plugs like this over here, and this will give my customer the flexibility to unplug everything from here and take all the harness out with the front radiator support and not having to worry about going over there, plugging another, and then you have a harness sitting here that needs to be removed. Later on, we are going to work on this engine harness, which will be done the same way. I will have to add a master plug right here. And this master plug will allow us to disconnect quickly the engine harness. Unplug it and take the entire harness out and out of your way to service the engine. Yes, you could remove that block from the firewall, but remember, a lot of wires come from there. This is part of the fuse box. It's not as easy as you're thinking. So adding a master plug here will help us to do this better. That way we're not running into any issues. When it comes to grounds in this truck, the biggest problem with these classic cars is sometimes a grounding issue. Lots of people do grounds and then later on system doesn't work because you have bad ground in here. And what I'll be doing is I'll be adding a grounding straps like this to ground the body to the chassis, and then from the body to the engine, and then from chassis to the engine, and then the radiator support to the inner firewall, fender liner, and then I will connect one from the bottom to the chassis itself. Same goes for the back, and same goes for the cabin. This will ensure proper grounding, lots of grounding. And the main ground that's going to be connecting from the battery, I'll have to get a ground cable that goes from here to the chassis. One will split to the body and one will split to the engine. And that way, everything has a perfect ground. And we're not going to have any power dry issues. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I have a lot to do, and I'll keep posting small sections of this video. I really cannot show you how long it takes to do this work, because this is going to take a few days, possibly a week, the speed I'm doing this, because I spend 2 hours on this truck, and then I have other work that I'm working on. So in 2 hours, I might be able to get this front section done and tuck the wires away, and then another 2 hours, and so on and so on. I will keep adding tips that will help you do your own truck much better and cleaner. If you do this right, this is how your wire harness sections should look like. This is for the turn signal down here, headlights done. This is our ground to the chassis. I'm gonna route that one. This right here is our horn, and this right here is our power to the brake proportional valve, which will have routed, and I'll add the loom onto that one. Here we go. You can tuck the wire under that firewall, come up from the plug to the headlight, and we're going to add a clip right here holding the harness in place, and that is how clean everything would look if you do it right. The plug will be hidden behind the panel away from the water and splashes, and then we can route our other harness. Our other harness will go into that hole on the other side of the radiator support behind this grill, run across and do the same connection over there. All right, everybody, this is everything I got done for today. I will post my video for the next section and see how that turns out. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.